To that point, 93% of the respondents say that inflation has actually peaked. They're declaring victory. Joining us now to break this all down is Brian Jacobsen, the chief economist with Annex Wealth Management. Also, of course, Mike Santoli will stick around. Brian, you heard the setup from Mike about what we are kind of seeing, what the machinations are, at least in recent times. Do you feel as though we can declare victory over inflation? History is riddled, markets or otherwise, with people who have kind of come a little bit early to that conclusion.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I actually do think that we can declare victory over inflation, but there are going to be costs to that as far as what's the collateral damage. And based upon the CNBC CFO survey, I actually find it encouraging that a lot of CFOs seem to be anticipating we're going to get a recession. It means that they haven't overinvested in speculative technology, equipment. They probably aren't overstaffed. I think that was also one of the great insights that I got from reading through the survey results, is that it's a little bit easier to find people, to qualified individuals to fill these positions. So we're probably past peak Fed, peak oil, maybe also peak earnings for now, maybe get a little bit of a dip, but perhaps if there is that recession that the CFOs are fearing, that it won't be nearly as bad as what a lot of people are expecting that it could be, mainly because they haven't really overinvested. There aren't a lot of excesses that need to be flushed from the system.
Brian, there have been a lot of folks who have been calling for a recession for quite some time now, the better part of maybe 2.5 years. We did get one during the pandemic that was brought upon ourselves. We kind of caused it. Did you think, though, that a recession happened anytime over the course of the last 12 to 15 months? There are those who believe we've already had one and that it's all clear now, given the fact that the economy has been reset.
Yeah, so here at Annex, we've been talking a lot about the idea of that roving recession, and I do think that the data bears that out. If you look at historical episodes based upon like the National Bureau of Economic Research, the Business Cycle Dating Committee, those criteria they use, we didn't really have a recession. Maybe back in October of 2022, we did have a brief one where a lot of those indicators were negative except for payroll growth. But, we have had a recession with housing, with manufacturing, capital spending plans seem to be very muted. So maybe we did have a recession there. On the service side of the economy, that's where it was just roaring ahead. It wasn't as though that area, though, was completely thawed from the freezing during COVID. And I think that's one of the key things, is that service sector activity continued to thaw even as the other parts of the economy were in recessionary territories. Keep in mind, quarter-on-quarter basis, we did have earnings recessions. We had a couple of them over the last 12 months. And so, maybe we'll get a triple dip recession soon here, and that could cause a little bit of a pullback.